What's up, guys? Thanks for checking in. This is American Nostalgia Garage. We're going to take a break from the 66 Nova today because I need a break. I think you probably need a break, and it's just good for all of us. So anyway, we got some interesting stuff today. We're going to change gears. We got a 1967 Chevy Camaro. The quintessential hot rod, people. So let me grab the keys and then we'll do a quick walk around on this thing. Alright, so here's what we got. It's a little bit worse for the wear. I did get a good deal on it. Got some, this is still attached, still good. Got it for a pretty good deal. It has its aches and pains. I'll just put some of this back here. Yep, see, it's good. I told you, it's a good car. So it's going to need definitely a quarter patch on the back. Might need some rear window work around the outside. Don't mind this big thing of bubbles. I think every adult should have a gallon of bubbles at all times. Yeah, we're going to need some work down here. This is closed. Yes, closed. That is not open. We need some work down here on the tail panel. So the tail panel's got to go. Quarters need work on the other side. Oh, nope. Quarters need work on this side too. Fantastic. We got, looks like a solid door. Oh, no, it's not a solid door. Although that's, I don't know if that's fixable or not, but whatever. We'll get back to the interior in a minute. Fenders look kind of okay, I guess. We got some good, really good fiberglass work right here. But, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's good. So we'll just... Yep. Nice. Perfect. And then we got a front end here. Looks pretty good. Hood looks okay. Let's just see what we got under here. We got what used to be a battery tray before they took it out of the Titanic. Oh yeah, it's good. This is not attached. I'm guessing to put the battery in. They didn't. This wasn't attached. Core support has holes in it, so it's going to need a core support. Radiator looks like it's from 1805. It's got a new water neck on it. Look at that. That's fancy. The engine looks pretty complete. I don't know where the top is to that air cleaner. I don't know where the lid is, so that's not cool. Listen, I gotta say, it's complete. What do we got under here? Alright. We got a quadradret. These aren't bad. I don't know, you know, everybody's got different opinion, but I don't mind these. These are not so bad. Let's be honest, people. Come on. Alright, let's check out the interior. Door opens kind of okay. Got door panels. Seats. Don't mind all my towing stuff. That car had to be towed here. Got some speakers. Cool. Got a rear seat. Rear seat actually looks kind of okay. Passenger seat looks okay. The floor is, well, there was a floor at some point. Let's see if I can get this out of my way. Oh, look at that. Hold on. Oh. Let me give you a bird's eye view. Oh. Okay, you literally almost touched the ground. Very cool, but problem solved. Put the mat back. Everything's good. This steering wheel is really cool. It's a console car. It's an auto. Headliner's in here. This is a complete car. We got some rot down here, so we have some metal work to do. All right, guys. So I gotta be honest. The car is rougher than I thought, but I'll put it this way. I got that car for a pretty good deal, and now we're at a point here where, yeah, it needs a lot of stuff. I got the car under the pretense that it does not run. The guy that owned it before me had tried a bunch of things to get it running and couldn't. I'm gonna now take my swing at it and see if I can do it. So something I want to do. I love these cars, just like a lot of you guys do. They're this Tri-5s, your Chevy, your Bel Airs, your Chevy pickups, your Corvettes, your Novas. These are all cars everybody loves. Chevelles. So this car, it's got a life. It's got a life it wants to live, and I want to give it a second chance. So let's get cracking. Today's video is going to be I just want to take this thing for a ride. I don't care if it's to the mailbox and back. I just want to get this thing to drive under its own power. I have no idea when this thing was on the road last. I'm going to assume that it's been a very long time, just by the way that it is. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get this thing running, and we're going to take it for a ride. You ready? I'm ready. You? Okay, we're ready. All right, well, before we bite off the big piece to chew, which is the Quadrajet, and you guys that know Quadrajets know that that thing's been sitting for a while, it's probably not going to work. Nice. Good. So what we're going to do first is we're going to just check some fluids and make sure that, you know, there's oil in it and stuff like that, so that if we go to start this thing, that, you know, we're not ruining it. We're also going to try to see if we can get it to turn over by hand, just to make sure that it's, you know, it's not broken. You know. So let's do that. Alright, it's got oil on the stick. Just use the radiator support as a towel, because I don't want to get my hands dirty yet. I'm not ready for it. So we're okay with that. Oh, you know what? I don't know what this guy did, but this Brake Master, the cap looks new, and if you look close at the Brake Master, although it's rusted, these are bare cast iron, so that's probably newer. So this guy tried to do something with this car. I don't know what he did. Couldn't really get a good straight answer from him. So, all right, so we have oil. I don't know if there's anything. We're not going to deal with that yet. Let's see if there's any water in it. Let's see, do we got water in this thing? Oh boy. Actually, no, there's something in there. It's way down there. I mean, it's low, but there's something in there. I don't know if it's green or what color it is, but something is in there. So that's good. Oh, you know what? It looks like he did a fuel pump on this thing too. That looks newish. I don't know what that is. I think it's some sort of alarm system. Some newish alarm. It's got a relay attached to it. What is this? Nonsense. Oh boy. Okay. There's going to be something with that. That's going to stop this thing from running. I bet you. Because that's literally what those are designed to do. Alright. Hey, you know what? There's a new distributor cap on this thing too. That looks new. So he did something on it. He broke the cap. On the corner there is broken, where the little screw goes in. But that's new. These wires don't look new, but they don't look old. I don't know if like this was messed around with at another time or something. Let's see if it turns over. I'm gonna put some tension on the belt and then pull the fan and see what happens. Oh yeah, it turns. It turns. Oh, it doesn't feel free, but it is turning. I did happen to notice that our beloved Quadrajet is stuck. See? I don't want to break it, but... Oh, you know what? This is the rod from the throttle. Look, it doesn't have a thing on it. So, and now I know why it doesn't have a thing on it now, because it's stuck. Yeah. It's not this. All right. So the carb is also leaking a lot. I don't know If you can make that out, it's leaking down here. All right, but the carb's free. All right, I happen to have one of these, what is it, 34 group batteries. If you're a hot rodder, you probably have a couple of these 34 group batteries in your garage. Anyway, threw that in. Doesn't seem to be burning to the ground, so I guess it's okay for now. Let's crank it over and see what happens. All right, well, we have no spark. Surprise for everybody. So now we've got to do a little bit of testing. Now, I'm not that upset because I knew this car didn't run. So we're gonna have to dive into it a little bit and do some testing. So let's check it out. All right, so we're gonna use good old test light, and we're just gonna see if we got power at the coil. So I'm gonna get good ground, which is this rusty bolt right here on the alternator, and I'm gonna go to the coil, and I don't have anything. Now, you gotta turn the key on first, so forget that I just did that. Alright, so we're gonna check to see if we got power here at our coil, and we do. I don't know if you can see it. Cover my hand. See the light right here? Light's on. So now the way that these distributor works, these are points distributors back here, and the way that they do is work is that there's a set of points in the inside that open and close like this, and what they do is they're opening and closing the electrical circuit, and when they open the circuit, the ground of the circuit, when they open it, the magnetic field that's in this coil collapses and induces a voltage into the coil, and it has nowhere to go except this one lead from the top. So what you do is you give it positive on the coil here, you give it a negative that you're opening and closing here on the ground, and when it opens that ground, it induces a voltage that has nowhere to go because of the open ground here, and it exits out here, sends a spark into the distributor, and then it comes out down the spark plug. Let's open up the distributor and see what's going on inside. I don't know, maybe something visual stick out at us. This is the new distributor cap, so it's a little bit odd. Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, the points don't look like they're moving. I'm gonna see if I can get you in here so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, the points are not really moving much. It's not going to really focus in, but these are the points. And what happens is this little cam right here rides on a wheel that's in the distributor that has you know, humps on it, and what it does is when it rides by, when it comes by like, you know, turns here, it opens this like this. Now it doesn't open it that far, it maybe opens it maybe that far, just enough to break the circuit, but that's how these work, and these have to be adjusted right so that they're not hanging open like this and then the cam's riding by and it's never touching, and they have to be adjusted so that the cam's not riding by and missing it entirely and they're never opening. So kind of temperamental, but that's how they work. Anyway, our points, you can't really see it on camera, but down here they're a little bit burnt. So I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to try to brush some of that burnt part off, and I don't know, see if we can get a better connection. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a little demonstration of exactly what's going on with the distributor right now. I think I may have figured it out, and I'm going to show you. Anyway, as I explained before, these points need to open and disconnect the circuit. When they do that, it induces a voltage into the system, and the voltage has to go somewhere, so it escapes through here, go down to the spark plug, which is the easiest path for the voltage to travel. Anyway, we already spoke about that. However, in order for that to happen, that means they, at some point, in order for them to open, they need to be closed, which would be filling the capacitor back here, this little, it's back here, with electricity, and having electricity flow through the system. I should be able to get a ground through this plunger here. So what I did is I hooked up my test light to a good power circuit. I'm going to verify that the distributor base has a good ground, and it does. You can see I'm just basically on the plate here. I can even go on the points, the plate where the points are attached. But I'm going to go now to where the circuit is actually open and closed, and it's not right now. It should. I'm on the lowest point of lift for the little cam that I told you about back here, which is what opens and closes the points. And because it's closed, I should have electricity here, and I do not. Now if I push really hard and bend that piece back, it connects, and then I have spark, or I have electricity running through it. So basically, long story short, these are just out of adjustment. Anyway, I have moved the points. So that they basically are establishing a good contact. And now when I turn the distributor and the points come up on that cam on the distributor, it opens the circuit. Now the other thing that, I don't know if you could hear it, but I'm going to explain it in a minute. The other thing you could be looking for, aside from this, is you could look. See, I don't know if you could see it, but you might be able to hear it. You should be getting sparks down there and there. I'm not going to keep doing it because I don't want to mess the points up, but now we should have spark. It's an overly complicated way to explain it, but at least it makes you understand it. So instead of just saying, oh, I got to adjust the points, now you know exactly why you have to adjust the points. So I hope, hopefully you guys found that helpful. Anyway, let's throw the rotor on, let's throw the cap on, and let's see if it'll start. Let's throw a little fuel in there. See if it starts. All right, it should have spark. That distributor cap is new. I think that coil's newish. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually turn the engine over, get it to top dead on number 1, and then verify that the distributor is pointing at number 1. I don't know what else to do at this point. So that's where we're at. All right, well, I got it at top dead. I'm gonna show you. See that mark? See that mark right there? That is top dead center on the... That's a top dead center mark on our crankshaft. I had to mess around and whatever. The mark was already there. I just kind of painted it on with a white marker, paint marker. So we got it pretty much at close to 0. I'm going to pull off the distributor cap over there. See where the distributor is pointing, and see if we can match it up with the number 1 spark plug tower. If you remember, I said the number 1 spark plug tower would have been back here. Our rotor, if you look, is pointing here. So it's literally 180 out. Now 180 out means that instead of basically the spark occurring on our compression stroke, it's occurring on our exhaust stroke. So not good. And now that means that I've got to basically turn the engine over and pull the distributor out, turn it 180, put it back in so that it's pointing back here. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll get back with you. We'll give it a shot. All right, we got everything back together. Let's throw a dash of fuel in it and see what we got. That's enough to start a fire. Let's see what's up. All right, well, that's great news. It starts. So I guess really the issue with this was the points were way out of adjustment, and the distributor was 180 out on this car. So the guy I bought this from, in fairness, is more of an enthusiast. I think he bought this, and a lot of the things of the old cars are a little bit confusing to people. So I guess this might have just been just over his head. In truth, really not that difficult. I mean, you guys saw it was pretty straightforward. Points adjustment, distributor was 180 out. But now we got to work on this thing staying running on its own. I can't, I mean, I guess I could run next to the car while I'm driving it and spraying fuel, or I could take the hood off and I could just spray carb cleaner down the throat of it while I'm driving. But I don't know if that's the safest thing to do, so I probably won't do that. So now we got to figure out a fuel system for this thing, because I do want to drive it. So let's check into that. All right, now that we know that it's going to start with spark, now we got to figure out the fuel system. Now, if you guys remember earlier, I showed you it has a new fuel pump on it, and it kind of looks like there's a new fuel hose on it coming up. The suction side of the fuel pump is cut off. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to hook up a very long hose to it, and then I'm going to turn the car over, and I'm going to put my finger to that hose and see if I can feel suction, because I want to see if that fuel pump actually works. I also do not want to run it on the fuel tank that's in the car, so I need to run a fuel line anyway so I can run it off another fuel source. Alright, so here's my new fuel line. It's coming all the way from over there. I probably should have made it just a little bit longer, because now I've got to try to reach around the dashboard inside the car and put my thumb over this and turn the key. Okay, I don't know if you could hear it. It's definitely sucking on that hose. So even when I pulled my thumb off, I don't know if you could hear it, but it made like a noise or something like that. So it's definitely sucking. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a brand new fuel tank in it. You know, this is a nice car. People enjoy these cars, so I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to put a brand new fuel tank in it. And here it is, brand new. And I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to spill it everywhere quickly. And then I'm going to take my really long hose, premeditated, and I'm going to shove it in there. All right. And just like that, you got a brand new fuel system. Well, you might be wondering, why are you out of breath? And why are you holding the gas pedal? And why are you sweating? And that's because this is what hot rodding turns into. Spraying some PB Blaster just to free this up turned into, this has to come out. I've got to clean all the rust off of it. I don't know if you can see it. And then spray some PB Blaster in the hole that you just opened, and then put this back. Hopefully you can get to it again and put everything back together, just so you can move, just so you can move the throttle. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Let me clean this up, hopefully get it back in, and then maybe we can drive this stupid thing. All right, throttle's nice and free. It just took a little extra time because I had to figure out, in order for me to clear it up, I had to figure out what part of the ocean that was dropped in, so I could recover it. Anyway, throttle's free now. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get a clip on the back of that throttle bracket. Probably just zip tie it, because that's just what you do, you know. And then we got to figure out if this thing has brakes or not. I have not touched the brake pedal since I brought it here. I don't remember what it was like. So, like I said, I think it has a new master on it, so maybe something was done. I don't know. Yeehaw. Looks like it picked up out of the tank. Got water moving. Oh boy, that hole in the floor is deadly. It smells terrible in that car. Anyway, the brakes seem to work. I don't know if you could tell in the video, this driveway is on some hill. It's a big hill. But I was able to stop the car, so I'm going to risk my life and drive this thing up the block. All right, let's go. Whoa. That was reverse, neutral. Oh my God. All right, we're driving this thing. Oh my God. It's kind of peppy, actually. Oh, the cab is filling with smoke from the exhaust. I'm dying in here. Oh, this thing is loose. It works though. Sort of. I mean, I'm really not touching the gas. If I touch the gas a little bit, it wants to go. This old banged up small block is kind of peppy even. Not bad. This thing's fun to drive, actually. If it wasn't for me dying of fumes in this car right now, this is a pretty good drive, actually. The rear end is definitely going to fall out, probably momentarily, and I'll be getting picked up by my wife because if it falls out, I'm leaving it right where it is. Other than that, though, and the fact that if I don't throw it in neutral to hit the brakes, that I'm definitely going to push right through and hit something. I mean, it drives pretty good. I definitely only have front brakes. I didn't look at them, in fairness, so I have no idea what's going on. Oh! This thing is happy. Oh, it's rattling. All right. I don't know if you can see the happiness in my face. I gotta make sure nobody's coming here. I don't want to die. Oh boy, there's a car. There's a car. Just go. Go. You're in my way. Oh boy. Man, that rear end feels like it's gonna blow out of this thing. All right, I'm almost home. See if the turn signals work here. Oh, it says it's blinking. I don't think it is, but it says it is. All right. Here's my block, and I'm rolling right through the stop sign because I can't stop. Hope there's no. All right. Oh my God! I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know what that rear end is doing back there. Okay. I live on a hill, so right now I'm worried about driving right directly into my neighbor's house. Although the brakes, I might have cleared up a ridge on the old brakes there. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Stops on a dime. No, it doesn't. I'm gonna park this old girl back where she was, and then we are going to maybe get ready for the next project with this. This thing needs a ton of rust repair. And we're home. Throw the keys up on the dash so it can be stolen. Well, guys, we got it running and we took it for a drive. So today's goals were check. I'm really excited. The entire idea for this car was to buy it and then fix it up and sell it. do all the rust repair and get rid of it. But I mean, I gotta be honest, as petrified as I just was, I had a good time. It was pretty fun. And it even kind of feels pretty peppy. I mean, I'm gonna go through it and stuff like that, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more on this video or other projects we got going on here at the house, just please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.